All right, guys, so it's that time of year. Starbucks is bringing out their new spring menu, and it looks good. We have this thing. We're just gonna pop it up. You can read the name. It's like an iced matcha, oat milk, lavender, foam. It's way too long of a name, but it looks delicious. It's got the double colors. You wanna make it. And then we also have a blonde espresso, oat milk, lavender, something, latte. And it, again, just looks like a latte, but it sounds really good. So 2 lavender drinks. I'm gonna teach you how to make them so you can save so much more money than going to Starbucks every day, because trust me, for a medium, it comes to like $5.95. It's not worth it. If you buy 5 of those drinks this spring, you can make all these drinks basically 10 to 20 to 30 times at home for the same price. So let's get into this. All right, so if we're gonna make this lavender drink, we are going to have to make the lavender cold foam. So like I said, I'm gonna teach you how to make any cold foam here. All you're gonna do is take a 1/4 cup of skim milk, a little dash of vanilla extract. And now here's the fun part. Obviously today we're making the lavender drink, so we're gonna use a lavender syrup and just an ounce of it. But let's say you wanted to make an orange syrup. Add an ounce of orange syrup and boom, you have orange cold foam. It's literally that easy. Now I think my only complaint here is that the Starbucks drinks are super duper purple. Like artificially purple. So to make ours artificially purple, we just need a little bit of food dye, or a lot if you really like purple. So in theory, this is a little bit more difficult to make, but this is like $7, the cost of 1 large drink, so just buy the frother. All you do is froth it up, it's gonna get nice and foamy, and you're gonna have cold foam just like that. I mean, look at that. It aerates the skim milk. I think the most shocking part was that cold foam isn't like whole fatty milk, it's just the non-fat delicious stuff. All right, but we're not done yet because we haven't even started making the drink. What I'm gonna do is pour out about 5 ounces of oat milk. And I got the extra creamy kind, but just get what you like. Now I'll add in 1/2 teaspoon of matcha powder. Give that a good mix. Now let's add in our hand-flavored ice, just like Starbucks likes to do. Just kidding. And let's top it with our cold foam. Our matcha is super foamy. All right, there you have it. That is the super duper fun looking drink. I'm gonna be honest, mine's not as beautiful, but I'm gonna tell you right now, mine is gonna taste way better. Here we go, give that a little mix. Yep, that is delicious. I mean, it's super refreshing. The dual tone, I think, is just so fun. I think if you really wanted it to pop like Starbucks, you could add even more purple food dye, but I just didn't think that was necessary. The flavor is really earthy, but also really refreshing. I don't think I've had many mocktails or cocktails that are that earthy herbal vibe. Usually it's just one or the other, and mixing them is actually a really good idea. It's been done plenty of times before, but way to go Starbucks, but way to go me for teaching you how to make it for a way cheaper price at home. Let's make their other spring drink. So to make this lavender oatmilk latte, it doesn't take a lot. I am fortunate enough to have an espresso machine, so I pulled a shot of blonde espresso. If you don't have an espresso machine, you can still get a coffee machine for pretty cheap, and trust me, most of them can still pull espresso. So let's pour out our 1 shot of blonde espresso. For this recipe, we're gonna use about 4 ounces or 5 ounces of oat milk. And depending on how sweet you like your drinks, anywhere between 1/2 ounce to a full ounce of lavender syrup. And you guys already have the frother if you've made it this far, so let's give that a good little mix. This does come hot or iced. I always take my drinks iced, hand flavor iced. And that is it. This is a very simple drink. I know the espresso makes this not easy to make at home, so if you don't want to make this one at home or you can't, I completely understand it, but you gotta make that matcha one. But this one doesn't even taste like coffee. I don't even like coffee. And this one's delicious. The lavender, I think, overtakes the bitter coffee, and it's not as bitter because they used blonde roast instead of like that dark espresso roast that they typically use. So this is an absolute win here. I think Starbucks has just made their best spring drink menu ever, and I just made my best DIY home hack ever. So take that, Starbucks.